check.
Okay, there we go.
Hi, everybody. I guess you didn't hear me in the beginning. A little mic connection issue. Welcome to Tipsy Tuesday, everybody. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I want to give you all virtual hugs for being here during this tumultuous time here in the U.S. Make sure if you're here for the first time or for the 100th time, make sure you post your name and where you're tuning in from in the comments. On today's show, I will be introducing you to my brand new spring release patterns and, well, products. There is a product in there that's not a pattern. So I am, of course, here for the rest of the show, here to answer all your questions live. So make sure you post them in the comments. And it doesn't matter whatever the topic is. I have a question, post it, and we'll try and get to them. Now, please use the hearts and the thumbs up. We need some love, especially at this time. So if you're watching on a mobile device, it's easy to do. Just click on those hearts and thumbs up if you like what you're seeing or hearing. Now, of course, you can share the video if you like to share it with friends. We would really appreciate that as well. So let's see who's with us. I saw a lot of people checking in. We have a lot of viewers on Facebook. We are live on YouTube as well. So I see lots of people here from all over the country of the U.S. I saw some Canadian viewers, and we have Florida, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and all kinds of fun stuff. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Now, we have a giveaway at the end. 2 winners. We have one winner that we choose live. Actually, don't choose. We pull from a random generator, and so one live viewer gets pulled live, and so the more you comment, the more chances to win. And then we have a giveaway question at the end, so make sure you add some comments. The winner from our last show from last week, I asked you guys what was your favorite vegetable. Our winner is Chris Hinson. Congratulations. Her favorite vegetables are tomatoes from the garden. They make the best sandwiches. I can just imagine. I can taste them right now. So thank you and congratulations, Chris. We will contact you. If you see this, please contact us either via Messenger on Facebook or send me a quick email so we can get your information and get your gift card to you. Now, I have to be completely honest with you. This has been a tough past few days for me personally. As many of you maybe heard me speak on Friday, the social injustice taking place in Minneapolis just hit me square in the face on a very personal level. So I appreciate all of your support. I want to thank you for your messages and emails. They really mean a lot to me. And I did spend my Sunday in Minneapolis. I paid my respects to Mr. George Floyd, standing in unity with my brothers and sisters of color, and lending the peaceful protests my voice for a little bit. It was heartbreaking and powerful at the same time. Eliminating racial justice and discrimination of any kind should be all of our mission in this world, and I hope you join me on that one. I did show support to Blackout Tuesday. If you may have seen that on social media, Blackout Tuesday, in support of all of what is going on, and we considered postponing tonight's show. Me and Mr. Honey, producer, discussed it, and we decided to go forward as planned because we all need some positivity and happiness these days. So for the next 30 minutes or so or more, let's check out some things that we all love. Some great quilts, some fabric, something that makes us all smile and makes us happy.
The news.
Otherwise, we'd just be sitting and watching the news, which, you know, it's exhausting. It's exasperating. So I'm so happy that you're here and decided to join us tonight for this. I'm really, really excited to show you what I've been keeping a secret for the past few weeks, even months. So some of you may have seen sneak peeks of things as early as January. So I hope you are excited too to see the final results. I did decide to just pre-record the whole promo video of the 5 new products so you can get kind of a greater insight into each one of them. Of course, 2 of them are familiar to you, the two that are hanging behind me, the Elvira and the Hope, but this will give you a little bit more insight into them and then what else is new. So let's check out the video. Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs, and I'm excited to show you my new products just releasing now. I have 4 individual patterns and a brand new notion to share with you. First up is our brand new notion, the G-Easy ruler stickers in the Fruity Fiesta colorway. The top selling ruler stickers are now available in a second colorway called Fruity Fiesta. There are 3 sticker sheets, all named after favorite cocktails. There are 192 stickers in each pack, just like the original. The stickers are shaped like an arrow, so you mark your cutting lines on your rulers accurately and point the arrows very specifically at points you are lining up within a block or on a ruler. The stickers peel off easily and can be repositioned and reused multiple times, whether on rulers, cutting mats, or even paper. They will not leave any residue on your rulers, no matter how long you leave them on. They are great to use with the Strobology rulers to mark the lines you are lining up with, and also to mark which slits to cut through when making multiples of the same cuts. They really help with accuracy and to eliminate cutting mistakes. For squaring up with the Strobology rulers, I like to outline the square size with one color arrow, then use another color for the cutting slits. So the extra colors are really going to help. Let's take a look at the new patterns. First up is Elvira. This quilt is made from fat quarters and offers 4 different sizes. I recommend using the Strobology XL ruler, although instructions include using regular rulers. The pattern features the use of the 60-degree line in cutting the blocks and cutting parallelograms. If using the XL ruler, I also recommend using my point trimmers, specifically the 60-degree one, to cut off all the dog ears so that your units will fit together perfectly. Elvira was originally done as a quarantine quilt-along, so there are videos available on my YouTube channel where I take you through the steps of making the quilt so you can have extra support in making it. It is a quick quilt to make and looks good in so many colorways. I made 2 versions of the quilt, one using Halloween fabrics, which I thought went really well with the name of the pattern. The other version I did myself was using the Just Red fabric line from Moda, with a couple of extras thrown in for fun, but it really shows off how great this quilt can be in a really controlled colorway. And here for fun are some quilts that folks made during the quarantine quilt-along for Elvira, as a little extra color or fabric combo inspiration. The second pattern is called Hope and is available in 4 sizes, and I recommend using either the Strobology XL or the Strobology squared ruler. Hope is a part of my Strobology Mixer series of patterns where I use different kinds of pre-cuts within one pattern. In this case, it uses 10-inch squares and 2.5-inch strips. I also give you yardage requirements for using fat quarters. As an option for those that like more control and less scrappiness, you could use a single accent fabric instead of various 2.5-inch strips for that center of the blocks. Hope has multiple layout options with 5 described in the pattern, but multiple other possibilities and combinations to come up with on your own. Hope was also done as a quilt-along fundraising event in early May, so we have lots of great versions out there. The pattern has proven to be a favorite, just like Elvira, with the multiple options of layouts and color combinations, so many have already started their 2nd and 3rd quilts. Just like Elvira, there are videos from our quilt-along found on the YouTube channel where I demonstrate the techniques using different rulers. I made a few different versions of Hope because you just can't stop at one. The 3rd new pattern is also in the Strobology Mixer series and is called Tailor. It uses 10-inch squares and 2.5 and 1.5-inch strips. Of course, I give you options for using fat quarters as well in the fabric requirements for the 5 different size options. There's a reason for the name Tailor, as the final step in making the quilt, deciding on the layout, lets you tailor it to your own tastes. You make 2 different blocks, and in the instructions I have you arrange it in a uniform layout like shown here. Many will stick with that, but then the instructions tell you to just start turning the blocks and playing with it until you have an abstract layout that looks pleasing to you. As long as you arrange the blocks correctly in the beginning, no matter which way you turn them, your seams will always nest. The 4th pattern is a 10-inch square pattern called Venus. It is based on an asymmetrical block that forms a V, which looks hard to achieve, but is not hard at all using the Strabology rulers. I recommend the squared ruler or the XL. However, the pattern offers instructions on using regular rulers as well. The pattern comes in 5 sizes and has multiple layouts. One of the key ingredients for success making this quilt are the G-Easy ruler stickers when you're squaring up the blocks. Here is a little demonstration on how the blocks come together. You can find all 4 patterns in both paper versions and a PDF download, as well as the new ruler stickers in the Fruity Fiesta colorway on gequiltdesigns.com and at your local quilt shop. Well, what do you think? I am so excited for you to see this. I was kind of watching your comments as you were watching. Lots of hearts and thumbs up, so that's always a good thing. So thank you so much for that. I wanted to tell you, those of you that are probably new to my patterns, those of you that were just finding me during our quarantine quilt-alongs, probably never have seen a printed pattern of mine, since both Elvira and Hope were just downloads. But my printed patterns, same versions, but I just wanted to show you how the format that I use. So they are folded down to kind of the typical 5.5, or you have 5.5 by 8.5, but they are all printed on a single piece of paper. So it folds out like this. Some are larger, but they're all on a single piece of paper, full color printed, so you never lose a page. That's the big deal. You never lose a page, and it's just all here. So a nice glossy paper. So it's kind of unique. I'm kind of unique to, versus many other patterns. So I wanted to show you that. I have the quilts with me. I know you've seen a lot of my Hopes and Elvira's, but you haven't seen the other guys. So I'm ready to show you all of those up close and personal, and so we can put them underneath the overhead camera. But I wanted to check and see if we had any questions right off the bat. I'm just seeing lots and lots of love so far, and all of the rulers. I kind of explained which rulers work for the patterns. Really, pretty much the XL will work for all of them. For Venus, I really love the squared because it's just smaller, easier to maneuver. But it's, yes, Venus is really fun to make. Somebody says, looks like it's going to be fun. Okay. Let's see. Any questions popping up right away? Yep. Everybody's loving the single sheet as well. So I wanted to, I'm so excited about the stickers, of course, the new colors. So now we have a total of 6 different colors. You may have noticed on the video for Venus that I pretty much had all the colors going. Yeah, so I was working on a quilt and I had all of the colors, so 6 different colors going, because I had to mark different things for different parts of the pattern. And so I was so excited to be able to use all of them and just have them on the ruler and not move things around. So that was really, really cool. And so I wanted to have some fun by naming the colors instead of just being purple, red, and yellow. I decided that I would name them after my favorite purple, red, and yellow cocktail. So Grape Ape, which is a recipe I haven't done, so that's something we're gonna have to do. Strawberry daiquiri, we did that on a Facebook Friday not too long ago, and lemon drop. And lemon drop, of course, my classic lemon drop recipe is in my mixology book if you haven't tried it. So then you might wonder, well, what about the older colors? Of course, the older colors will still be available. So these are, you know, the turquoise, the pink, and the lime green. And so they will still be available, but you know what? Once I run out of the inventory that I have and we have to reprint, which is gonna happen soon, we are gonna rename those colors as well. So these are gonna be, I'll tell you, it'll be a secret to everybody else. So it'll be Blue Lagoon for the blue, the pink is gonna be a Cosmo, and then the green is gonna be Mojito. Fun? I just think it's more fun. We just gotta have fun in this world, don't we? So I'm really excited. I think you're gonna love them if you love the stickers already. I've gotten so many requests in my classes for more colors. So this is not just because I want to have more colors. It's all from you guys. So people that have taken my classes and wanted more colors, here you go. I answered the call. So just fun. Seen any questions? Are there any plans to do a quilt along with the new patterns? Would love to do the Venus quilt. So no set plans as of now, but of course I'm always thinking ahead. I have actually plans for the next sew along, and that was a request from a lot of you, and I'm not going to tell you right now, but it will be coming and it will be happening fairly soon. So I'll let you know soon. But of course, new patterns always instigate something, so we will see. I will tell you that Venus will be available as a video class that you could purchase on top of the pattern later. That is on the plan, and because I know a lot of you just really love having the videos to go alongside the patterns, and especially if you're a newer quilter, they are just priceless, and you can view them forever, go back, watch whatever you want.
What is the name of the smaller ruler?
Somebody's asking what is the name of the smaller ruler. So we have the Stripology XL, we have the Stripology Squared, and then we have the Stripology Mini. It's just called the Mini.
What is the name again of the book where the new patterns are?
So somebody's asking what is the name of the book where the new patterns are. It's not a book. They are single patterns. So they're purchasable individually. And I want to tell you, if you are interested in purchasing the paper patterns, they are of course not back from the printer, but I did put them up on the website so you can purchase them now. It's like a pre-order. We're expecting to be able to ship right shortly after June 10th. So it's not going to be a long wait. But of course the PDFs are available right now.
You got a Cosmo recipe yet?
Do I have a Cosmo recipe yet? I have one. Of course I have one. But I don't think I've posted that.
It's not in one of your books?
It's not in one of my books yet. It will definitely have to be in the next one.
Susan says that's her favorite drink.
That is it. Cosmo is a classic, and I have to tell you, I've had some really great Cosmos, but I have had a lot of awful Cosmos at bars. It's just kind of a cool drink, nice. Most people know how to make a Cosmo, but many bartenders know how to make a bad one. So I'm usually telling them exactly what to put in there.
Any plans to make a bigger ruler?
Any plans to make an even bigger ruler? There are no plans. Of course, I have to always tell you there are no plans for anything, but wheels are always turning. The challenge with a bigger ruler of this particular material that we use for the Stripology rulers, the acrylic, the acrylic makes them more accurate. They're not plastic. It's just the challenge of a bigger piece is always the breakage and all of that handling. So, you know, that is going to be the challenge. I personally don't think we need a bigger one. So we will see. We'll see what happens.
Will Sarah be available in the future? Who's Sarah?
Somebody asked, will Sarah be available in the future? Sarah is a pattern that I wrote for Cut Loose Press. So I am not the publisher. which is why we can't offer it as a PDF download. So I know so many questions I've had about that. It's just a single sheet, come from Cutlass Press. We reordered it already. It's on its way here. So we will restock it. As soon as it gets in the house, we will put it back up on the website in stock. All right. Somebody says, I rarely use other rulers since I have all your stripology rulers. As you should. I know, it just really changes how you do everything. You know, I sometimes say it really changes your life. Yes, it does. Maybe it doesn't change your whole life, but it really does change your quilting life when you start using them, because it really changes how you do everything.
What's the biggest size mat?
What is the biggest size mat I have on the website is the 18 by 24. We have some shipping restrictions on the big one. So we only can ship the 18 by 24 safely. So that is the largest one we have on the website. Somebody's asking, can I buy the big cutting mat? So the big one, the biggest one, the 24 by 36, we cannot ship it. It's too big to ship. So safely, and because it needs to lay flat and all that, so we are not able to ship it at this moment. We are looking into options, but okay. Do you have a plan for a Mixology 2 book with more great patterns and drinks? As a matter of fact, I am working on it right now. So I am working on a book. I actually was excited. This week I finished the second quilt top, and the third one is on the design wall. So we have a thunderstorm going on right now, and every time there's a thunderstorm or a snowstorm, my sewing fingers, my sewing foot starts itching, because it's just the perfect situation to sit and sew. So I might get some more done tonight. Somebody says, I really want that big mat when I get my sewing room cleaned up. That's great motivation. Now, if you want a big mat, check with your local quilt shop. If you have a local shop close by, even if they don't carry Creative Grids mats or that size, ask if they can special order it for you. I'm sure they would appreciate the sale and they would do it for you. Okay, great.
Do you ever sleep?
Do I ever sleep? Should ask you that. I do. I don't sleep a lot, but I do. I love my job, so I get a lot done. He said sleep is overrated. No time for sleep. Okay, so somebody says, thank you for showing us your studio. Will there be tours of other designers' studios? We had, I think, about 16 participate in this last little fun tour. So the blog post is still up. Just go to my blog on the website, gequiltdesigns.com, find the blog tab. And there I have links to all of the tours that we taped for the Let's Be Real studio tour. That was fun. Somebody asked, do you have a brick and mortar store? I do not. Nope, only online. So we do not have a brick or mortar at this point. No, but I think you want to, don't you want to see some of the quilts up close? So I think, huh? One more question? Oh, what's the name of the table runner behind me? This is Little Marina. I felt like I should put that one up since we've been doing Marina, the big size Marina, the past couple of Tuesdays. So I thought I would put the Little Marina, which is done with charm squares, and it's just a single pattern. Really fun. This is Christmas fabrics, and so I really love it. It's really fun to make as well. Perfect to use your mini ruler. But I think we should show them some of these quilts up close. I wanted to show you, so you've seen all my Hope quilts probably multiple times, but the one that I worked on alongside you during the quilt along, I actually got that back from the quilter, and Mr. Randy did such an amazing job, and because I put Minky on the back of it. So I wanted to show you how great this quilting is. And Randy, if you're watching, please post what pattern you used, because I don't know. So we'll get the overhead camera, but this is a perfect pattern for this. So I don't know if you can see it. So it fits in the blocks. Isn't that cool? We can maybe see it better on the back, but I just love how this turned out, and she just did a perfect job on that. And I've been asked multiple times if I put batting when I'm using Minky, and I do. Just a lightweight poly, it's just perfect. So I love this, and it's just really cool how this pattern creates something in those stripes that kind of as a continuous thing. So thank you so much, Randy Helling from Jubilee Quilting. Great job, great job. And then I have, what do you want to see next? Do you want to see Taylor? Taylor is so much fun. Super easy. If you are a beginner, this is a great quilt to do next if you did Hope or Elvira, because you can make it look really, really complicated. So this version I used Juniper fabric line by Moda, and the quilting is awesome as well. And this, you can choose to just play with the layout however you want. We are going to be getting a bundle for this fabric line. So this, I believe it's shipping in June, so it's coming soon. Coming soon, I'm excited. But it's really a fun quilt to make. It's one of those that, so it's a stripology mixer pattern. So you use 10-inch squares, 2.5-inch strips, and 1.5-inch strips. Or it's perfect for a bundle. So this size uses, I believe, 24 fat quarters, if you're going to use fat quarters, which is perfect for a bundle. So you could make the lap size, which is a nice size lap size from a bundle. And then I used, of course, pieced the back. So did some fun stuff. I'm trying to find my label. Oh, there it is. I love to piece backs just to have more fun and use some scraps and leftovers for my backs. So let me show you the second Taylor quilt, which was also I ended up with an abstract layout. And this was another Moda line that I used called Tahoe Ski Week. I absolutely fell in love with this fabric because it's just so cool and different. So it's a winter line, skiing, and I just love the gloves, the little skis everywhere, and just a little bit of snowflakes. So not necessarily Christmas. I don't feel like the colors definitely are not very Christmassy, but I just love this line so much. So this is also going to be a bundle, and it's coming, I believe, in June as well. Would Mercy Paris work with Taylor? Absolutely. It will be a gorgeous, gorgeous Taylor. And so, and this, I don't know if you can see the quilting, probably my fabrics are so busy, but it's really kind of got these snowflakes and some swirlies, some really cool, really cool stuff. And so one more, and the one more Taylor, and that is the uniform Taylor. I want to show you this one. So this is the hummingbird fabric that we had everybody go nuts over, and this one just came back from the quilter, just came back from Randy, and she did this one as well. I love what she chose for this. Just all over floral, very swirly, and of course these hummingbird fabrics really shine in these big pieces. And that's what I love about Taylor. You can use really large scale pieces because you have a nice size for them. And then I love that we can kind of do whatever we want based on our personality. You know, some of us like abstract and kind of wild and nuts, and then others like things more uniform. So you can choose the more uniform layout.
New patterns available in downloadable?
Yes, all the new patterns are now available as downloads. You can order the paper patterns right now as well. They will not ship until after June 10th. As soon as we get them from a printer, we will ship them. But I wanted to show you a couple of more Taylors. So from my pattern testers, I wanted to put up, I have two Taylor quilts. One of them is from Sharon. Sharon's Taylor is right there. How cool is this one? So she just did the crib size and did a uniform layout, but really cool. I think she used just solids. So so cool, easily quiltable yourself, and It's just really good, really versatile, really goes fast. But here's the deal, you don't necessarily have to use fat quarters or bundles. You can also, if you do have that stash of 10-inch squares, 2.5-inch strips, and 1.5-inch strips, you can just start pulling and playing. And that's what I love about it. And then the other tailor is Sue. Sue was my other tester, and look at this. So she kind of did halfway uniform and halfway abstract. So she turned to some of the blocks to create a uniform, different pattern, a very 3D pattern, and I love this. So cool. So this is also the cribs. This is the lap size. So you can see it's a nice size lap size. I like my laps bigger. So so there's just so many fun options with this pattern, and you can really play with it. You can see that all of her 1.5-inch strips were yellow, and then her centers were lighter green and blue, and then her outer strips, her 2.5-inch strips, were all darker green. So you can kind of play with color placement and have really, really fun, a lot of fun with it. David is asking, or Rose is asking, Rose or David, what kind of batting do you use in your quilts? I use a light poly in most of my quilts. They're lightweight, they show off the quilting really nicely, and they don't, the creases when you fold them don't live very long. So I really like that. Okay. So Tahoe, Louise says Tahoe is 3 hours from our home. We got married there in 1982, so I have to have that charm pack. Well, the charm pack, yes, we have the charm packs in the store right now, but the bundles are coming. So if you want to make something bigger. All right, so then I have the Venus quilt. If you want to see that one up close, this is just one of my favorite. Of course, I always say, what is your favorite pattern? My favorite pattern is always the last one I made. So this was the last one I made. So I love it. I just love the technique in it. And I love to create something that looks really hard, but it really isn't. So there's 4 different layouts for Venus in the pattern. And so this is, the cover will only show one, but there is just so many options, and you could probably come up with different layouts. But love the quilting. I love it's just kind of swirly, and then they got the little tiny circles in between. Just gives it a lot of dimension and kind of plays with a pattern in the fabric. This fabric line is called Chill. It's a motor line as well, and we are getting both the layer cakes and a bundle. And what I did, because I kind of knew that everybody would want some of this border fabric, and so I did order more of that. So we'll be offering the border fabrics in the 1-yard cuts, so you can kind of recreate this if you want to. But I just made mine with the layer cake because I wanted the variety. The bundle will be more kind of controlled, so you could do that. You could also just do lights and darks, and you can use a single background for all your lights. I love doing things where the light is not constant, so I use that tan as a light sometimes, and then sometimes the light blue is the light, and I kind of love kind of mixing up the kind of the scale and the what is the word I'm trying to look for? My brain is fried. But you kind of play with the light and dark, so it's not always so predictable, lights and darks. So one of my favorites. Can't wait to make another one, actually. And that's rare for me to say that because I usually don't make the same pattern twice. So when I'm excited to make a second one, that means that that's fun to make. Really fun to make. So those are my quilts. I have 2 more Venus quilts, that's my testers did, that are really awesome. So I want to first show you Helen's Venus. She used just 2 fabrics, or at least just 2 colors. Yeah, that's the one. So really cool. You can kind of see it's, oh, thank you. We can turn it so we can see it. There it is. And she used the same layout as me, so just blues, and I think that green is a constant on the same fabric, but the blues seem like they're different. But see how graphic that is? It's just so much fun. So much fun. So as you saw in the short video of the technique, you can create that little 4 patch in the middle where the 4 come together. So you can lay it out as all these 4 kind of blossoms of 4. And then let's check out Dorinda's Venus, and she did something totally different. Now, of course, I will always give you pressing instructions, so we're always kind of combining lights and darks, but she did her own thing. This is a layout that kind of blocking together the darks and blocking together the light centers, and you can totally do that. Just plan ahead and maybe press some seams differently. That would be my suggestion, but I love that. That's really fun how she played with shadows, using the darks in the border on one side and the lights on the other side. So great job. Always fun to see my testers come up with their own versions. So I hope this inspires you to make one of those quilts. And do we have any more questions? Could you offer us more increments of time to purchase so we can sew all the quilts? If I could sell sewing time, I would. Yes, because I might buy it all, actually. If we could just purchase hours in the day to sew, that would be really awesome. Honestly, I think everybody's mental health will be so much better if we could do that. Just make everybody sew. Okay, let's see. Any other questions? Any questions on YouTube? I think we have to. Do you have our live winner ready? Pulled yet?
If your brain is fried, you need to take another boat ride.
Oh, if my brain is fried, I need a boat ride. That's right. But this is a thunderstorm right now. We're planning one. We're planning one for sure. For sure. That was really good. It was actually good that was chilly and windy, but it's refreshing. Hopefully next one will be a little nicer. A little nicer. We did ride the motorcycle on Sunday though, down into downtown Minneapolis. We rode the motorcycle and winded my hair again, so that was good. Very good. I did have a helmet though, but the hair is longer than the helmet. Okay, do you have our winner? Ready?
It's not in there.
He's working on it, so I'll let him work on it. But let's see if we have any other questions on any of the patterns or the fabrics that I showed you in the quilts. I think I answered all those questions. Like I said, I got even though Venus is a 10-inch square pattern, it's not what I call stripology mixers. Like Hope and Taylor are stripology mixers, where you can use a mixture of different pre-cuts, so 10-inch, 2.5-inch strips, and 1.5-inch strips. But then Venus is just a 10-inch square pattern, so you can use just 10-inch squares, lights and darks. Everybody loves the different options. That's really good. That's good, yeah. I love options because it gives me ideas too.
Was it cold on the bike or warm?
Somebody was asking, was it cold on the bike? It was not cold. Well, on the highway, we had to go on the highway, so then I had to have long sleeve. But as soon as we got into the city streets and the neighborhoods, it was beautiful. It was perfect. So.
What type of motorcycle is it?
Oh, you just want to say it? So he says that somebody's asking about his motorcycle.
Right here. Look on the screen.
Oh, okay. It's on the screen. All right. That's proof. I just thought that he wanted to tell you what motorcycle he has.
Heritage.
He has a 2003 Heritage Harley. It's a Harley Davidson. It's custom painted and everything. So, yeah, everybody loves that we're wearing a helmet. We wear helmets, of course. There's no chances. Marion says, what was the name of this fabric used that I used? By Moda. So 3 lines. So the Taylor quilts are, the red and green one is called Juniper, and that's a Christmas line. The other one is called Tahoe Ski Week, and it is the wintry one. And then this Venus one is called Chill, and it is, I guess, a winter line, but I feel like it's not really that wintry. Honestly, you can see there's one print that has like snowflakes, but they're kind of abstract snowflakes, so they could really go all year. It's just a really cool colorway, I think.
Update on the t-shirts.
Update on the t-shirts, all in the works, as you may imagine, Minneapolis and the surrounding cities have been in kind of a chaos, mostly mental chaos, so people have not been working at full throttle this past week and this week. So I see somebody's asking if Mr. Honey ever sews quilts. He just laughs. He has made a 4-patch. And I might tell you though that 4-patch was perfect. He's a perfectionist, and I've never seen anybody sew so slow. But that 4-patch was perfect. It was very good. So if he would ever make a quilt, I'm sure it would be perfect. But it might take some years if it's going to be the same speed as that 4-patch. Do I have the juniper fabric? The juniper fabric will be coming. It's shipping in June. So I have the luxury of getting access to these fabrics way ahead of time before they come into stores, so I can make the quilts beforehand and have them ready so you can get inspired when the lines come in, and you can plan it out. And somebody was asking about the Paris fabric. I'm actually working with the Paris fabric right now for the new book. It's awesome. It's really fun. I love working with all kinds of fabrics, whether they're new or old. So, you know, I don't discriminate on fabric. If it's awesome, I use it.
What was the winter fabric line?
What was the winter fabric line? There's two. Tahoe Ski Week is the ski themed one, and then Chill, Chill. And that is by, I think that's by Zen Chic. So one of my favorite designers by Moda. So how soon will the bundles be online? So these, as soon as we get them in the house, so they're shipping in June, I think all 3 of them, June or early July. So as soon as they get in the house, we cut them up and we put them up. And that is, do you have the winner ready? The live winner?
Did we already do it?
No, we didn't already do it. We have a live winner, everybody. So our live winner of the $25 gift card is Nan Becker. Congratulations, Nan. Give us a shout either through Messenger or send me an email so we can get that gift card to you. It's all digital, so you can go shopping right away. So that's fun. Okay, so I have some fabric to show you. I have some updates on some bundles. I know you are always asking me about stuff like that. So first off, Prismachrome that I showed you. Did I show you that on Friday? And it disappeared pretty fast. That one is back. So we have another shipment. I have a feeling we're going to have to get more. But should we show it again? Because it's really cool. So this is kind of a basic because it's just all of these kind of brush strokes, really organic, cool. And so we have, I pulled 12 of them together into a bundle in all these different colors. Now, would I put all of these in the same quilt? Probably not, but I would definitely use them as accents, as a great tone on tone, and they would just make a really awesome addition to my collection. And they look really great on that color shelf anyways. But 12 different prints, and I just love the variety within each one, because this one goes like, they go from like a light pink and into all the darkest red. So I love the hue, and so it's so easy to throw these in with other stuff, and they will easily match up with so many things. So love Prismachrome. So that one we have a little more back, and then we have 2 brand new. I wanted to show you though, I showed you also this last Friday. This is Flower Child, and we still have some of these. This is for all you 70s babies. It was so much fun to read all your comments from Friday about your 70s, and about I talked about my mom's tunic that I still wish I had. But it's probably my fault that it's not found anymore. So I love this. Somebody said that this looked like their mom's kitchen. So 70s flower babies, peace, love, and so I can't wait to see the quilts that you create with this. So fun. So we still have some of that, and then we have 2 new bundles that just came in today that I wanted to show you. A lot of you had asked about some more kind of kids themed lines, and with us doing Marina just this past couple of weeks, I think this is perfect. So this one is called SeaWorld. So it's all this fun ocean life, but with a really fun spin on it. So all the fish and the whales, they're all smiling. So how fun is that? And then we have jellyfish, and we have coral, and then we have dolphins. So it's mostly from one single line, but then I threw in some fun stuff as well. We have the seahorses. Here's the little fishies. And we have the coral with the fish. I just love that they're all smiling, even though that's probably not real, but you know, we need smiles these days. Some shells, and then the pink coral, and then I threw in the seahorses. I thought would work really well with it, and a great blue basic. So this is a bundle that I call SeaWorld. So really great fun, great for kids quilt, and it would make a really fun marina for a kid, I think, or anybody that loves smiling sea life, I think. The other new one is, I did show you the Tahoe Ski Week. We did get the charm packs in, so we have those, and I love that because, you know, they're fairly small prints, so they would work really great for many of our little patterns. Like, for example, the little marina behind me would be awesome in this. So you would just need a couple of accent fabrics for that to go with Tahoe Ski Week. But then we have a Halloween line. Yes, Halloween, my favorite. So we have this line called Harvest Moon, just came in. It's by Studio E Fabrics, and I am just such a fan of, this is by Grace Pop, the artist that designs the fabric, and I'm such a fan of her artwork. I just think it's so rich and pretty. I love these pumpkins, these big pumpkins. And then we have these cats, black cats. Love them. We have little ghosts on this orange background, and then we have the pumpkins in a smaller print. And of course we have a big spider web with the orange spiders and little skulls. Love this print. Yeah, I'm a Halloween nut. We have the black cats in the gray, and we have this print in the black as well. We have the houses, the haunted houses in the gray, and then all these birds and crows in the trees in gray. So I love the variety, and then I love this print too. Kind of a little typography quilt with all the fun words from Halloween. And so this is a 12-piece collection.
And you have it glow in the dark?
These are not glow in the dark, no. But I think this is just a really kind of a classy, very classic Halloween with the orange and the black and the gray. So really kind of not too juvenile. I just think it's just cool with the witch and the black cat and the black pumpkins. I just love this. So these would be really cool. Any of those patterns would be a cool tailor. But there's also a panel, so I have to show you this one. This is a panel with 6 different panel prints, and again, really pretty. One thing that I'm kind of picky on panels. I do always, because they are not always printed straight, so it's sometimes hard to cut them out to get something straight. But so I always appreciate some variety. So some borders that you can kind of choose how small you cut it. So this one has that kind of spider web in that border. So you could cut this to finish as small as 8 inches or as big as 10.5 or almost 11 if you go into this. So lots of options and a variety. And then you could get a little extra 2.5-inch strip of that spider fabric. You know, I'm always thinking of utilizing everything. So I really like this. I love this. And many of you maybe have seen did a Emma quilt. The Emma quilt finishes at 8. So I cut them 8.5. So these would actually fit in an Emma quilt. I did a quilt where I kind of swapped out some of the piece blocks and threw in a panel or a fuzzy cut. It was a Tula Pink De La Luna, I think, fabric line. And I love that quilt. So that would be one option to do this with. Really fun. So do we have any questions on any of that stuff? Any questions over on YouTube? Love Halloween. Somebody says, I'm new. How or where do I order? You want to pop that website up on the screen? So gequiltdesigns.com is the website. And, here's a question. Will the new book be out in the fall? Yes. I'm working on it, and hopefully by August, we will have it. That is if everything goes smoothly and I get to work on it in peace. All right, so thank you everybody for all your great words. I love seeing that we put a smile on your faces. So that was our goal today, and you guys put a smile on ours. I just have to tell you. What's the name of the Halloween line? Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon. So you can see the moon in some of those panels. There's a big harvest moon. Somebody asked, have you named my new book? The working name is Stripology Mixology 2. Who knows? Maybe there will be something else. We'll see. How much is the fabric? Somebody's asking about prices. The bundles, both of these bundles that I showed you, I think all three that I showed you tonight are all $65, and that's 6 yards of fabric. So it's always a good deal to get the bundles. The panel, I believe, is like $8.95, somewhere around there. So if you're asking about that, I don't have the price for my new book. We're just getting started on it. All the patterns, though, I'm keeping them still $10. I know a lot of patterns are creeping up to $12, $13, but I am keeping them all $10. It's just cool. I mean, it's easy math for me. So I decided I wanted to keep them at $10.
They say you guys are way better than the news.
Oh, somebody said we're way better than the news. Thank you. We love that. So maybe we can get more people to watch us than the news. I think the world would be a much better place. Don't you think? Well, I think we have to finish it off, Mr. Producer. We have to finish it off with a question. And so I want to say, though, we got a lot of 1 yards in. If you're new here, I know there's some new people here. We don't sell yardage custom cut. We sell our bundles, which are half-yard bundles, and then we sell 1 yard. So our 1 yards are always pre-cut into 1 yards, but we have a great offering and an incentive to buy more. You get a discount. So they're all $12 a yard, and if you buy 5, they can be different ones. They drops down to $10 a yard. If you buy 10, it drops down to $9 a yard. And these are all really great, perfect fabrics, quilt shop quality fabrics, current, great. I wanted to give you one update on that too. A new line that just came in the house, and we'll be listing it hopefully this week, tomorrow or Thursday. And that is the Peppered Cottons line by Studio E. And Peppered Cottons is a woven fabric. I'll show you and talk about it a little more on Friday, but this is the fabric that I used for my background on my Lucy quilt. I have gotten so many questions on what I used. I used a charcoal peppered cotton. And so it's a woven fabric. You have to treat it a little bit differently and be a little bit more careful when you're sewing with it. So I'm going to give you some tips on that on Friday and show you all the different colors that I got in. I just think I've heard that it's hard to get. Not all stores carry it. So I figured it will be a great opportunity to carry it in our 1 yard offerings, because I love to use it sometimes for backgrounds. It gives a really great texture. And that Peppered Cottons has a really great feel. So it's very similar to shot cottons, but has a really great feel to it. So that being said, let's get our giveaway question. That is, so all you have to do is answer the question, and then you're automatically entered into our giveaway. And that is for a $25 gift card in our store, in our online store. And of course, my question is, which new pattern would you love to make first? So will it be another Elvira or another Hope, or would you like to tackle either of the other new ones? So just answer the question, simple. You probably have answered already tonight, but we will randomly pick a winner for next week. Our next Tipsy Tuesday will be next week. We'll be here. You can just leave those news off and come watch us next Tuesday, which is June 9th. At 7 p.m. Central Time, always on Tuesdays. And then, of course, if you are in my group on Facebook, or on Friday, we're not calling it Facebook Friday anymore. We're just calling it Happy Fun Friday. So we'll be live this coming Friday, 3 p.m. Central Time on both Facebook and YouTube. And I will be showing you lots of new fabrics on, because we have lots of fun coming. And maybe a little hint on this next sew along that I hinted at today. So again, thank you all for watching. Stay safe, be humble and happy. Thanks for watching.